Good afternoon, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome to another episode of our SkyFactory 2.5 modded Minecraft Let's Play series. So today we are going to be doing a pseudo division sigil. If you recall, a while back we did a ritual to get our divination sigil right here, or I'm sorry, division sigil. I want to call it divination sigil for whatever reason. And so the time has come to upgrade it. Now, before we do that, I want to cover a few things. I have been very busy, mainly preparing. If you recall, we were talking about doing the Chaos Dragon fairly soon. I've been preparing for that. I did kill the Guardian of Gaia Mark II quite a few more times. I think 9 more times. I resurrected the Ender Dragon quite a lot of times. And just did some all-around work. Now, you'll notice that our Draconic Staff of Power, we already had that filled up with upgrades, but now all of our armor is fully upgraded. Also, the bow now charges, and it is fully upgraded. I did put an Infinity 1 enchant on it. However, the rest of the armor and stuff is not enchanted just yet. These have protection and projectile protection, but aside from that, I haven't got everything enchanted how we're going to have it, but, you know, I did get everything fully upgraded. And, of course, I've got the Infinity in there. Now, with these bows, you don't actually require an arrow in your inventory to use the Infinity enchant. So, just a heads up on that. Then, from the Guardian of Gaia, I managed to get all the rings. So, we got Ring of the Azure, which is made by combining the 3 main rings, which is Ring of Loki, Ring of Odin, and Ring of Thor. And that's going to give you the Ring of the Azure. Now, the main reason, the main ring that I wanted for personal use was the Ring of Odin. But, you know, having all 3, that's fine too. You notice we have a lot of health now. That is a combination of the Ring of Odin effect, because it gives us 10 additional health. And then also we have 10 red heart canisters, 10 yellow, and got a few green. I'm still working on that. Those are a bit more expensive since they do require dragon hearts. You will also notice that I made a Tainted Blood pendant from Botania, and it has Regeneration 2 on it. And then I also crafted a Ring of Far Reach, which just gives us a little bit more distance that we can reach and attack and stuff. If you notice, I can hit all the way from back there, which is definitely very, very useful. I also crafted an Enhanced Charm of Dislocation, so that we can teleport around using Ender Pearls, just like that. And, of course, this allows us to store, I believe it's like 300 different teleport locations, or something like that. It's a lot. I've never used all of them. So, also from the Guardian of Gaia, I've got the Fruit of Grisaya, something like that. So it's basically an endless food source. So definitely very handy to have. I want to check on something here, because I did go ahead and create a mana mirror so that we wouldn't have to wear that band of aura. Plus, we were actually using up way too much mana with the new jewelry and everything. So I want to see. This is bound here, so I wonder. Looks like it's slowly draining out of that. I may have to bump this up. I could make Gaia mana spreaders and increase that maybe. I might look into that before too long, actually. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Because I can just really, really quickly. Let me grab this. Oh yeah, that's got a... What's that? No, I'm thinking that that's hitting too much. Okay, well, I'll have to do some reorganizing. That's fine. Okay. That won't be a problem. I'll just do that later. Because we're not going to need it. I really got that stuff for the Chaos Dragon, not so much for what we're going to be doing today. Anyhow, yeah, the fruit here, it's endless food source. You never have to, like, it's never going to run out or anything. And then we also have this Key of the King's Law, which is a really nice item. They actually, it used to be a sword that they had that would come from the dice, but they've changed it to this Key of the King's Law. Now what this does, you can hold right click, and you'll notice that we have created all of these floating weapons here. And then we can just point somewhere and release, and fire that just rain of hell down. And you can, I mean, you can move around when you're using this and everything. You do get a little bit of a slowdown once it fully charges up, because it works, the mechanics of it is pretty much like a bow. And the accuracy, as you can tell, is not 100%, so just be aware of that. And then I also crafted some of this Resolute Ivy. Now this stuff isn't too hard to craft. What the hell? There we go. You'll notice just some vines, some pixie dust, and some ender air bottles. So not too bad. Now the reason that I crafted this is we're actually going to just really quickly, let's grab all these items off of us. And what we can do is we can take this Resolute Ivy and we can throw items into here. And you'll notice in the information there it says has Resolute Ivy. That means that if we were to die, we would keep this. Now we can put soulbound books onto our armor, which we might do that. Actually, we have soulbound on this armor and this one. Okay, so I don't actually need that on those. But the nice thing about putting the Resolute Ivy on there is we would actually free up an enchant slot. So we may end up going with that across the board. And what it does is if you were to die, you're going to keep these items on you. And you'll keep them on you, but then the ivy will break off, so you'll have to add ivy again to it. You know, if you want. I don't care about torches. And this is going to go back in the bag. But if you want to keep it again. So it kind of works like soulbound, except you do have to re-add it if you ever die. So that's actually got soulbound on it. So okay, so we are all set now, I do believe. If I recall, these are permanent. They're not going to fade off anyway. Okay, so let's get on to the ritual. I know you guys are probably ready for that, as am I. I've been preparing for that for quite a while now. So, the way this ritual works, it's a bit more in depth than, you know, the Division Sigil was originally. So, you're going to have 4 different chests here, and you're going to have to keep your items, you know, put these items into these chests, or any kind of container, I believe, works. So, we'll go over these items as we add them. You're also going to need these items as well. So let's go ahead and grab these. You're going to need a pumpkin, a beacon, 40 redstone, 40 string, 4 blocks of iron, and a Division Sigil that has been activated. So make sure you know that the one you use is activated. So let's grab our dolly, and we're just going to take these items over one at a time. We'll start with north. And I'll grab the sign, I guess. Oh, oops. Let's go to the end. And I've built out a little platform because, of course, there is no, like, good platforms within the end. Unless you build one out, since it is Skyblocks. So let's start setting this up. It is a decent size. The first thing you're going to want to place down is your beacon, which is going to go straight in the middle of your ritual. And then, let's see, let's find north, would be that way. Okay. So from here, let's go ahead and do redstone. Now you're going to have redstone on each side of this beacon. And then we'll bring this redstone up, like this, and then around. And then this one will come up this way and around, and basically you're going to create like a spiral effect with this. So let's see, put that there, string like that. Oops. And then we're going to bring this out. I believe that's the end. No, we come out one more, don't we? Yes. Okay, so that's what it looks like. All right, like that. And then you're going to take your 40 string and fill in the open spaces here with that string. Now, it's really hard to see it, but it is there. And this will need to come up to like right here, I believe. Okay, and that's where the string is. So we'll run string around this side now. And just there. Okay, so now, yeah, you can't really tell, but there's string in between that. So basically you've just created like a spiral effect with everything. And if you look on the mini-map, you can see that we have a spiral. The string shows up better on the mini-map than it does just standing here looking at it. So it's kind of funny, actually. And then once you have that done, you're going to have these different chests. Now, first off, we're going to place the north-facing chest. This chest, and you want to make sure you, look at it with you base it off the actual direction. So this is going to be north on the mini-map, so let's place that there. If you open this up, basically this chest is going to contain smelted items. Basically, all this stuff is going to be given to the ritual as like a sacrifice. So this chest, we have steak, cooked pork chops, gold ingots, iron ingots, charcoal, glass, stone, smooth stone, cooked chicken, cooked fish, cactus green, hardened clay, and baked potato. And you want one of each of these in this chest. And so that is your north-facing chest. Now, if you were to, say, click on this, is it shift? Yeah, shift right-click. It's going to say Stabilization Ritual to the north. The Children of Fire, we have 12 out of 12. That means all 12 of these items are present within the chest. And the southern chest, we don't have it yet. Eastern, western, they're not present. And then ritual markings, it's 64, 64, 64. That means we have all of our ritual stuff laid out, all of our redstone, all of our string. So that's all good. The northern chest is all good. So we just need the rest of the chests. So let's head back over and grab our next chest. We'll go with south next. So... And I want to cover these, in depth because these are very important. You need to have these exact items in these chests. So, yeah. Okay, so this is the south chest. This one contains different, like raw materials, raw ores, that kind of thing. So we have coal ore, redstone ore, lapis lazuli ore, diamond ore, emerald ore, iron ore, gold ore. So those are your different ores. And then we're also going to have dirt, sand, gravel, a block of clay, and a grass block. So now if we come over here, shift right click on this, it's going to say to the south, the gifts of the earth, 12 out of 12. So now we just need the last two. And I know I'm going, slower at this, but I want to make sure you guys have time to see everything that's within the chest and whatnot. So next we'll grab the eastern chest. And let's set this one up right here. So we've got, should be string, yeah, and then that there. And so the eastern chest, this is different potions. Now there's 14 total different effects. Basically any of the vanilla Minecraft potions work. I'm not entirely sure about modded potions. That's possible, but I've never actually tested it. Honestly, you're going to have plenty of these from loot bags, so just go with that. For example, I have Potion of Regeneration, Swiftness, Fire Resistance, Healing, Strength, Night Vision, Invisibility, Poison, Weakness, Water Breathing, Harming, and Slowness. And if we right click on this, to the east, Descendants of Water is 12 out of 12. So basically you need 12 different potion effects. there is, by default, there's 14 vanilla potion effects, so you can use, 12 of those 14. You don't have to have all of them or anything. So, yeah, let's now get the western chest, and this is the final one. So, let's set this right here. And the western one is, if you recall, we crafted all those music discs. This is the 12 vanilla music discs. So we have 13 cat blocks, chirp, far, maul, Malohi, I don't know, Malohi, I think, sounds Hawaiian maybe, I don't know, stall, strad, ward, 11, and wait. So you've got all 12 of those, and if we shift right click on this, to the west, Spices of Air is 12 out of 12. So we are 12 out of 12 on all of our chests. Now, Ritual Marking Strength is ready. It says everything is prepared, and sacrifice one who would sacrifice himself. Now, what that means is we are going to have to sacrifice an Iron Golem. So, let's organize our inventory just a little bit here, and get ready to activate this. So what you're going to do is you're going to just build your Iron Golem just right on top of this beacon. So let's set him up right there. And there we go. So it just exploded on us. And you'll now notice the siege has begun in the end. So what that means is we now have to kill 100 creatures that are going to start spawning around in the end. So they should already be spawning. However, they're not, unless... Oh, that's why. Because I was in Test World the other day. That always happens to me. But if you notice, there is a massive amount of creatures, and they all have haste too. If you notice, they're moving excessively fast. We've got blazes, we've got spiders, skeletons, zombie pigmen. I believe even gas can spawn. We've got endermen, and everything is by default aggressive to you, including pigmen and endermen. So just be aware of that. Now with Draconic Evolution, you notice now we've already got 24 kills, so they do move up. Kills are fairly easy to get. Now you'll also, it's hard to notice right now, but if you don't have, say, regeneration or something, you're really going to notice it. When you are doing this ritual, you're going to have a constant health drain effect. We have 51 kills already. You're going to take basically this ritual damage. So it's just going to slowly tick your health down. But if you have any kind of regeneration effect or anything, it's going to really negate that pretty well. So we should be just about done with this. Honestly, if you have the Draconic Evolution stuff, it's really, really easy. But if you don't, it can be a pain. Oh, we got a spider soul. I definitely want that. We'll take a quick look around here to see if we have any more mob souls, because that's one thing we will always take. Hey, there's a zombie pigman one here, because grinding these is not fun at all, by the way. Okay, so it looks like, yeah, it looks like we're all good now. Yeah. Okay. So now, if you notice, we have the Pseudo Inversion Sigil. So, yippee. It's actually really, really nice. Let's go back to our AE system now. So that's pretty much how the ritual works. Once you hit that 100 kills, the invasion's going to end, and you're going to have your new Inversion Sigil. Now, you will notice that this one says stable. It doesn't have a durability. So this one is going to last forever. You're not going to have the limited uses like we did with the other one. However, in my personal experience, I've never personally used up all the uses in the normal one, so that's not really a concern. You know, as far as I'm concerned, that's not really the issue. However, what it does is it allows you to craft stable, unstable ingots. So let's grab some diamonds. Let's go ahead and just grab a stack of these. Might as well. And let's grab a stack of iron. And let's go... Actually, I don't know. This might be craftable now in the crafting terminal, but I don't think so. Oh, it's iron divided by diamond, isn't it? Oh yeah, so we can craft this in here now. So basically we craft these Mobius unstable stable ingots. And you'll notice that I can exit the crafting grid. I can do whatever. These are not going to explode. So other than that, they're pretty much interchangeable though with the unstable ingots. But now let's say we craft our builder's wand. Instead of getting the standard builder's wand, we now get the super builder's wand. Which, what that's going to do, let's grab some cobblestone. For example, let's grab a bit of that. And let's grab our builder's wand. Our old piece of crap builder's wand. And let's go to the end. And I'll show you the massive difference between these. Sorry, I just figured I'd kill these just in case they drop a soul, because I've still got more Ender Dragon farming to do, and while they're grouped up like this, I wanted to get a few souls maybe. Oh, there's a trophy. Wow. Okay, we're going to take that. Those, if you're familiar, those aren't terribly common to come across. Depending on the spawner that you use, your spawner may give you those though too. Or what type of system you use to kill your mobs off with, I mean. Okay, well anyway, sorry about that. If we use our builder's wand, you'll notice that if we were to say come over here and build out a section, at best it's only going to do that small little chunk. So it's not really ideal. Now the super builder's wand, if we come over here and say build out a section, you'll notice that it ran all the way from there, well, all the way. Let me try a little bit more centered maybe. Well, this one's got there we go. Let's do that. Now you notice it ran from there all the way. Okay. Well, anyway, it does about 3 to 4 times as big of an area. Whenever you go to build. Now, there's another way that we can upgrade this, which we're going to do that really, really quick. The Super Builder's Wand is really, really nice, but there is better. So let's see. Still got those sitting in here. I don't know why I ever made so many of those. I don't know. But anyway, there is these unbreakable wands. Now, like this one you can craft with just the Builder's Wand. You've got a few different ones here. Now, the big one, let's see. Well, that one we're going to need 2 unbreakables. And then this one we're going to need 2 of those. There we go. Okay, so we're going to need... to craft the first one, it's a Super Builder's Wand and 2 sticks. And then for the next tier, it's 2 of the, those tier, and then we're going to need 2 of the previous tier. So we're going to need, 4 Super Builder's Wands? However, that is not an issue because these are super easy to make at this point. So let's get these. And honestly, you really wouldn't even need, like, if I'm being totally honest with you, you would not need this. Because even the first tier is overkill in itself. However, crafting all the way up to the max tier is ridiculous. So let's go ahead and do that. And then you can combine these to get your next tier. And then combine them once again, and you have the maximum tier. Now, what this does, this is a wand, like our builder's wands. However, it can do, at once, it can do up to 16,384 blocks, which is insane. You can't even carry that many blocks. Honestly, like the first tier in of itself is like 4,000 or something. For the bottom tier, you know, crafted with the super builder's wand, that alone, 4,000 blocks, you can't carry that much. So you know, this is really min-maxing at this point. Like, I want this wand just because I want it, kind of a thing. So if we come down here, you'll notice that all of this lights up, and we can just smack that on there, and you notice it ran up almost an entire inventory of cobblestone. So and it was that whole big chunk over there that it just built at once. So you know, there's maybe ways that you could do this, but I don't personally know of one, unless you were maybe like, say, in creative, because a creative I don't think would count. If you only had, say, one cobblestone, it would count that as infinite cobblestone, I think. So I think creative mode could handle this, but I don't know of any way to carry 16,384 blocks on you in survival, but we've got it just because we could. So anyway, that's the pseudo division ritual. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know, and I will be more than happy to answer those as best I can and as quickly as I can for you guys. And I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. That's something I've actually been looking forward to for quite a while, because pseudo division ritual is kind of, it's not something you get to just go out and do every day, because it's, I don't know, it's really, I guess it's really not that hard. The main thing is the music disc, of course, but if you have magical crops, it's really easy to get those. So but yeah, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope this helped if you have any questions about the ritual, and yeah, and I hope you guys join me for next episode. So next episode we'll be working on magic. I don't know for sure if we're going to be doing witchery or Thaumcraft just yet, because we need to get back into Thaumcraft fairly soon, and start doing the V relays and stuff. So we might get into that next episode. But yeah, so anyway, until next episode, do take care, and I hope to see you guys then.